Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Friday the 19th of August. It sprinkled a little bit, but I don't know what time it was. Kelly said it sprinkled last night, and she said it was misting a little bit this morning. Whatever that did, I don't know if you guys can make that out, but it must have brought the bugs out. There must be 1,000 swallows swallowing about. Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, it's Friday. It's 66 degrees. I think the lowest it ever got was I think the lowest I ever seen was 67. So this is cooler than what it was even during the middle of the night. It was balmy last night. We did our open the windows and everything. Said, nope, shut everything. Let the air conditioner do the job. That was a rarity. It's been getting down in the 40s. Well, I guess the last few days in the 50s, but nice, cool, very comfortable nights. Anyway, let's not babble on before we go start the day. Let's go start the day and see what happens. Well, Mama?
Yes,
that's kind of different. 71 and cloudy. It never really changed. It looked towards the west like there was sunshine, but it just stayed to the west as we're going south.
Yeah.
But there's a car trying to freeze you out, Mama.
Yes. Thinks it's colder than it is. Or warmer than it is.
Yeah.
Because it's making me cold.
Yeah. Actually feels good to me.
Spit out.
I like a little air conditioning blowing on me.
I know. You're crazy me.
Well, Mama.
Yes,
It is Friday.
Yes, it is.
Let's go get this thing knocked out and start a weekend.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm all about that.
Yes.
Not supposed to be very hot today. I think 83 here, 82 in Toledo. Dogs will be happy, be comfortable.
It'd be nice not to be sweltering.
Yeah, heck yeah. All right, then. Let's get her done.
All right.
All right, love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So this is the 16. I called it a F3T. It's actually a limited. I forgot it wasn't until 17 that they came with the trunk. So anyway, you can see the previous dealer did a really nice job of tagging everything. The gap is 2.4 millimeters, max is 5. But, so I dug a bunch of tar rocks out of his pulley and, yeah, guys, please be careful on that chip seal stuff. But anyway, still I'm getting this weird resistance. So I start, get the wheel off the ground, start it up, let it run. And the pulley's going wong, 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 wong. And you can even see with it sitting here, see the gap there? Whoops. And the gap there, it's pushing back against the torque. So I don't know what went funky with the test. I'm gonna redo the test here right quick. But she's not, when the pulley is literally wallowing on the shaft, that's not gonna pass. So let's get the tension off the belt here. I don't think I'll do the test first, like they say to do it, and see where it's at. Bummer. I'm not even gonna do the test because I can roll the thing around and watch the sprocket rocking on the shaft. So I don't know. Well, you couldn't hear anything. All the ones I've tested had no rust. Our other tech upstairs had a couple with rust, but it was just real light. And they passed, no problem. They're driving them, waiting for the Bulletin to come out. Excuse me, at the end of the month. But yeah, this one actually moving the thing around doesn't look like it's moving at all. In the way we're testing it, you're looking for free play between the pulley splines and the shaft splines. And it's not moving that direction. It's literally wallowing on the shaft. So that's what the vibration was. That was his complaint, 35 and up. It was noticeable. So with the thing running, everything torqued down, and literally the sprocket was just going. So when I was turning it and I'm checking the belt tension, because I reached down, I felt it, and I didn't have I've already put the meter away. Didn't have the meter out, but it was getting tight and loose and tight and loose. I go, that's really weird. So at its tightest point, it was just at the max. It's 775 newtons plus or minus 150 newtons, right at the max at the tight spot. And then oddly enough, right at the minimum at the loose spot. But you could feel it with it in the air and rolling it by hand. It'd go tight, loose, tight, loose. So, yeah, I fired it up, let it run. You can just watch the sprocket. That's where the vibration's coming from. That and all the tar rocks I dug out of this thing. Loosen everything. Knock the belt off. Get it off the pulley. This one's not leaving here. Oh yeah, with that loose that way. Yeah, it must have just been some binding in there that was given a false positive reading. I can almost pull that thing off by hand, which is nice. It's not, the back side of the pulley isn't lipped. These things will stick on there like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Poor guy. But the good thing is, the end of the month, the actual bulletin comes out. Okay, I'm going into macro mode on the camera. Hopefully I can show you this. If it'll show up, I'm not sure if it is, but you can see how deeply grooved. This is where it doesn't touch anything. The other problem is look how deep that sprocket has wore in to the shaft back there. This actually bulges out slightly. See how it's an innie and 7 outie? The outside of this thing should be flat like that. But that's where it's riding up against the really super hard shaft. The shaft looks fine. I haven't completely cleaned it to super verify it, but yeah, this shaft's fine. So yeah, that's the sprocket's toast. So I don't know. Luckily, like I say, on the 30th, this will all just, there'll be an actual bulletin out. There'll be none of these preliminary tests, and your bike just gets fixed. So, this is the 2019 F3T, and I actually know this couple. Yeah, I think she's had several Spyders over the year. I don't recall. Seems like she's had multiple Spyders. But anyway, this is her 2019 F3. Got in an accident, and so I noticed up front, I don't know any of the details, I didn't talk to her. I noticed up front, it's got the mirror back that popped off, and I'm going, why does she have what looks like a Harley floorboard on there? So I see the little curb scraper thing, or actually it's just a feeler when you're rocking and rolling there a little bit on your Harley. So I Googled that part number. Yeah, it's a Harley part number. So I'm assuming she picked up all the pieces she could find at the scene. So something tells me a Harley hit her, or she hit a Harley. I don't know which. But unfortunately, it got hit so hard it literally nosed the frame over on this thing. That's crazy. I don't think there's any way I can show you where it's at, but yeah, the frame, just before it goes into the bulkhead up here, it's just literally nosed over. If you look across the bottom of it, forward or aft, it's easier to see in front because you have to go around the back wheel. But yeah, frame's bent. It got hit that hard, big old ding in the wheel. And it hit so hard it warped the disc. So she actually made it rideable to get home. The fender was rubbing the tire, so I don't know who had a Sawzall, but it looks like they cut the tip of the fender off to make it rideable. And yeah, blew the hinge pieces off on the rear saddlebag. So front wheel, got to do both rotors. I wouldn't trust that tire around the block, much less anything beyond that. Who knows what damage got done to the tire. So you got to do both tires. On Spyders, you can't mix stuff. So if you put a new disc and tire on this side, it makes them handle funny, obviously, because they're rolling on 3 wheels. So you got to do 2 of everything when you're doing brakes and tires. I've seen people that don't, but yeah, makes them handle weird. But I would imagine, I don't know what the value of this thing is, but that's probably enough to total that young lady out. Bummer. That goofy Annie. Hear her going off out there? So we got these fancy German collars for Sasha and Annie because we keep getting those cheap ones, and they keep the rings wear. So what are these things? Springler or something like that. Springer. Anyway, so we order. We'll order them 18-inch. That's what size they take. So there's only one problem. It's 18 inches length, but the neck size is 15. Their neck size needs to be 18. So what kind of goofy sizing is that? But look at these fancy things. It even has fancy writing on the ring. Germany. Well, they're really nice, and they're $20 a piece from Amazon, but they're sized wrong. So can't use either one of them. Might be able to use it on Annie. So anyway, I go to put it on Sasha's head. Look at her, she's still going at it. So I put it on her head. She's like freaking out. I mean, I had to scream at her to make her stop, but she's just running from me. Stop now. So anyway, I go to put the thing on her head. Well, needless to say, it's too tight. And I don't know if she thought I put some medicine on her or something. She's freaking out, flying around. You know how they can like rub their face and run? I don't know how a dog does that. But she just sliding along on one side of her face and the other side of her face, trying to scrub off whatever it was I just sprayed on her. What she doesn't realize is I just tried to attempt to put this really nice collar on her, and yeah, it won't fit. I could force it over, but I have to cut it off, and it's just too tight. So she's got a collar that doesn't look like it's long for this world. Got her from Tractor Supply. Walmart's had the better ones that we liked, and that's what she has on now. Annie has one of the Tractor Supply ones on, but it's cheesy. This is 3mm and a much higher weight rating, and the ones they have on is 2.5mm, and which has been fine, but they end up wearing the collar. The rings are like too small, and they wear. They start ovaling out. We're afraid we're going to lose them. These two run when they get free. They always come back, thankfully, but they run and they just go crazy. There's 100 miles an hour out in the fields and stuff, and then inevitably they turn and run towards the highway out there, and that just, my heart can't take that. So they just don't go free. We got the long, the little corded walker thing, so they can get out there a long ways and run and be silly and stuff like that. They get plenty of exercise. And at night, just with regular collars, because it's dark, they like to go on their rabbit hunts. I call them rabbit hunts. They're actually afraid of the rabbits. They'll get close to them, and the rabbits are getting more and more used to them, so they don't run until they get right up on top of them. And then the rabbit just at the last second goes, I'm chickening out. But they just kind of slowly walk away. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. But we only do it at night. And then the nights when they don't see any of the rabbits, for whatever reason the rabbits are hiding, Sasha is just bummed out and does not want to go inside until she sees a rabbit. He's one of her little fur buddies. Such a needy dog. Anyway, we made it home fine. I'm kind of bummed. I was in there updating my DJI Air 2S. I tend to fly the DJI Mini 2 more than anything. But I just wish it had more of an Air 2S camera to it. So the new DJI 3 Pro, or Mini 3 Pro, has real close resolution to the Air 2S. Actually, some of the samples I've seen, the little Mini 3 Pro is actually doing better. Anyway, supposed to be here today. Didn't show up, and the UPS guy always comes back at 3:30 to pick stuff up. So, I mean, the guy's been our UPS guy for so long, we all know him personally now. And he goes, Shawn, he goes, oh, Lord. He goes, I know you're looking for a package. He goes, I was here before you got here this morning. And so once everything is dropped off, my computer is just nonstop driving me nuts that ShawnSmoak did not get his package delivered. So he figured it out. It's on another truck. They accidentally, out of the port hub, whatever you call it, got loaded on another truck. And he goes, the guy has a way different route than I do, so I'm sure he's just going to return it, and I'll have to drop it off to you Monday. But in that is the second chain. For one reason or another, Amazon sent this one, Amazon Logistics, with a charge brick thing for the DJI Mini 2 Pro or 3 Pro. And with that is the other chain and the cord to this 30-watt charger that helps charge them up real quick. Man, what a fiasco. And he just shakes his head. He's going, you have more shipping issues than anyone I've ever met. Literally, since there's been online stuff that gets delivered to your house, work, or whatever, the craziest things happen to me. It's like some dark cloud in the shipping world floats over Kelly and I. So, yeah, no drone for the weekend. It's all excited to go play with it. And I bought the one with the, the RC, the little remote with the screen thing. So anyway, so I was going to fly my Air 2S, but it had updates, and now, I mean, it's already dark looking out here. It's only like 7:20 or something. And so anyway, thought I'd talk to you guys about it. Grab little mama here. We'll do a goodbye and end the day. After I made a trail of disasters out of people's motorcycles. I think that BMW's totaled. I'm pretty sure that F3T will be totaled. And the bad news with the front sprocket on the guy with the F3 Limited 2016 without the rear trunk. So anyway, I'll let you go with that. Look at Mama already wearing a robe out here.
Yes.
I don't know what the temperature is. It's way cooler than normal.
It has wind.
Yeah, it has wind. It feels phenomenal out here.
It does with my robe on.
Man, it's military helicopter, the one that doesn't have the rotor in the back, it kind of looks like a civilian helicopter. It was all black, but it's the one that has the jet, at the bent end of the boom instead of the little tiny rotor. Man, those things are loud.
He was hauling.
He was moving just right above the trees, off like towards the, well, for me it looked like it was over the trees, but he's like way out there by the freeway probably, but he was moving. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Glad it wasn't doing anything wrong with the drone up there.
I don't think so.
No, I'm too much of a rule follower. Oh well. I had my days.
Mm-hmm. He was a rebel in his younger days.
Yeah, no, we're just want to fly low and safe nowadays.
Yeah.
With drones as well. But anyway, it is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start off our weekend. We're going to get this thing rolling.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
Thanks for watching now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.